Okay, so we're meeting today in connection with the workshop Political Novel in Europe and Migration and Exile. Today we are here with Marta Kowalczyk and my name is Alicja Skrzypczak. We are from Migrant Info Point, which is a non-governmental organization in Poznań. Marta, can you tell us something more about our organization?
Of course, Migrant Info Point is a foundation which was established as a foundation around 9 years ago, but as a project 11 years ago. And it was established by four anthropologists from Migration Research Center at Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznań. And the researchers were Michał Buchowski, Karolina Sydow, Izabela Mein, and Natalia Bloch. And firstly, they did research about living in Poznań, about migrants living in Poznań, and the research showed them that they were pretty much left alone with all their problems and everyday life. So they decided to make a project which would support and help the migrants to find the support, to find all the needed support in one place. So the project was very successful. People could ask about work legalization, about stay legalization, about health and educational system. They could learn Polish. And so it was very successful. And after the end of the project, they decided to prolong the existence of Migrant Info Point. They established a foundation to get more funds, and now we've been operating in Poznań for 11 years now without any break. Of course, we are a lot bigger organization than this 11 years ago, but also the knowledge about migration and also and the political environment changed.
Yes, and in general, we work now for three big groups. So for migrants, for public institutions, and for employers. And the main areas of our activities are the consultations. These concern questions about daily matters for migrants, like submitting documents for a residence card, but also others connected with daily life. We also work in the area of professional development. So, for example, there are consultants who can help look for legal work and can tell about the issues concerning finding the job. There are also integration initiatives and Polish language classes. And I guess Marta can tell us something more about it.
Yes, because I came to Migrant Info Point to be a volunteer over 8 years ago, and I started teaching Polish to foreigners, and still this is my this is my favorite job in Migrant Info Point. I also organize courses, and also I'm the part of the management board. But still, teaching Polish is my favorite thing. We have many courses for people from all around the world, for Slavic and non-Slavic groups, from A0 to B1. So we can see, and this is the most valuable thing to me, that I can see progress of my students, and I can see how their life in Poland, in Poznań, is more and more comfortable because of their better level of Polish.
Yes, so we're both teachers. I also have the experience with teaching young people. And I guess this is this is very exciting to see all the difficulties they go through and then the success they achieve. Because at first they have some problems, surely opening up, sharing their harsh migration experience. But then it is really exciting to see their success, how they feel more comfortable in the local area. Most of our students now turned 18, so they can use also other supports that we serve in Migrant Info Point. They take up their first jobs. They go to universities, so it is really nice seeing those changes. All right, maybe let's go to the books that we were discussing during the conference. What was your book, and how is it related to your work in Migrant Info Point?
Yes, I was telling about the book Jesus Died in Poland. This is the book of Mikołaj Grynberg. It was published in 2023. And it is the book about the situation on the border between Polish and Belarus. This is of course, the situation on the border started to be critical in 2021 when many migrants were trapped on a border in Białowieża forest in the legal limbo because they couldn't come back to Belarus, they couldn't come to Poland, and Polish government decided not to help those migrants, also refuse to their rights to seek for asylum, for example. So the people, the migrants, lived in this on this border for many months, sometimes years even. And the book is the book are interviews with those people who decided to help the migrants living on the border. There are also two interviews with authorities, with the border guards, but mostly volunteers who felt that they had to help. The helping was also illegal, so they tell about in the book they tell about the suffering and sometimes even death of migrants and the humanization of the people. But also they tell about their own sacrifices and their own costs.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess Greenberg's book is now one of the most important books about migration in the area of Eastern Central and Eastern Europe. Yeah, because it's still going on. It hasn't finished with publication of the book. During the conference, I talked about bit different aspects, which are presented in two books, in Jenny Erpenbeck's Go and Gone, and in Jakowenko's Desenkahada, which means displaced. And I was focusing on the topic of time and waiting, and the necessity of going through residency procedures. I looked at the emotions that the migrants experience, like hope, which mixes with disappointment, anger, and helplessness. And I guess this is very close experience to the experience the migrants who come to Migrant Info Point have, because well, they are in the state of vigilance. It is also a state of self-reflection, but it is mixed with this, sometimes with the migration grief or the frustration of bureaucracy. and the entirely different understanding of time presented by migrants and by the institutions and those procedures, there is the lack of reflection on the consequences of this mutual misunderstanding in this area. But on the other hand, it creates some area for the action for the organizations like ours. Well, we notice this misunderstanding in the meaning of time because when migrants come to our office, they often ask if we know any ways of accelerating the process of legalization of stay. They sometimes even try to trick the system themselves. The books I chose for my paper, well, they give this voice to migrants. However, they don't really give the solutions to the problem. So this is something that should be still discussed in the public area. All right. Marta, do you think there is a possibility that there will be a migration novel written in Poznań or about some experiences of migrants in Poznań?
It would be really great. That is one important thing you said just a moment ago, because book I was telling about, Mikołaj Grünberg's book, doesn't give a voice to migrants, to refugees. It's only the perspective of from volunteers' eyes, and it would be really great to have the Polish book from the perspective of migrants and refugees. But you can you can tell us about the project,
The
which is the
migrants,
trial.
the refugees, the refugee diaries. Yes, so Migrant Info Point was a partner in a project, Refugee Diaries, which were published at the beginning of December, together with Contact magazine. This was the second edition, and in the second edition we have about 25 stories told by people from 11 countries in 6 languages, and in general, they tell their individual experience. However, they have something in common. Yeah. So again, this idea of waiting, this idea of not being sure about the future or even about the present. So this is something we recommend everyone to read if you want to know something more about and something deeper about migrants' experience in Poland in general, however, in Poznań as well.
So we have a book.
Yes, for now, yes. They are diaries. It's not maybe a novel. We cannot call it a novel, but I think we're close to get to know a new author of a novel of a migrant experience.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alicja.
Thank you, Marta.